Hello everyone and welcome to today's conspiracy, where today we are going to be looking at whether or not Timmy Turner from Very Odd Parents and Danny Phantom are the exact same person. So Very Odd Parents is about a boy named Timmy who is neglected by his parents. His babysitter is a nightmare and his teacher is classed as his arch nemesis as well. And from this, he is granted fairy godparents who will accept any wish that he asks for. Well, to some extent, because some wishes can't exactly come true. So that's the synopsis to Very Odd Parents. In Danny Phantom is about a boy who blows up his parents' laboratory, and from this he becomes a hybrid of a human and a ghost. Yeah, even I don't get how that works. Like, are you dead or are you not dead? Surely you can't be both? I really don't know how that works. But with his supernatural powers, he fights off ghosts and helps save his town. So why is it that Timmy Turner and Danny Phantom are possibly the same person? It is said that by the time that Timmy turns 13 years old, he would not only lose his fairy godparents in Wanda and Cosmo, he would also forget about them as well. And not only that, he would no longer believe in fairies and presumably any other mythical creatures. So Timmy decides to wish himself in another universe, but still have Wanda and Cosmo in his life, just not as fairies. And this is where Danny Phantom comes into this theory, because the universe that Timmy wishes for is the one that Danny Phantom is in. And Timmy doesn't just hide in this universe, he is actually Danny Phantom, a 14-year-old ghostbuster. Yeah, absolute madness, that. And the ghosts that keep on causing mayhem in Danny Phantom are Cosmo and Wanda. Since in Very Odd Parents, you actually see them just posing as completely random objects, creatures, just anything really to blend into society. So by appearing as ghosts in Danny Phantom, they're making sure that nothing looks suspicious in any way, shape or form. It's possible to believe this more given the crossover that occurred between these two shows and another two as well. Timmy Turner's parents were also Ghostbusters for one episode in Very Odd Parents. And what are Danny Phantom's parents? Ghostbusters! Alright, beat me to it, why don't you? Also looking at the fairy world in Very Odd Parents, that looks like it's been replaced by the Ghost Zone in Danny Phantom. So you have those two mythical places, and the fairies are now ghosts in this version of this world. Plus, looking at the characters in Very Odd Parents, they do have some very similar traits to the ones in Danny Phantom. So what I'll do a comparison with Very Odd Parents characters first, and then showing what they look like in Danny Phantom as well. So you got AJ and Tucker, Chester and Dash, Tootie and Sam, Trixie and Paulina. Whilst they may look very different in those two cartoons, it's hard to not look at some of the possibilities that could be their younger version, like 10 years old, and then that's their like 14-year-old versions. Like, you can change quite a lot in 4 years. I mean, granted, these two shows are made by the same person in Butch Hartman, but there is some coincidence in how the characters look. So looking at the look of these characters, it's possible that Timmy brought his friends along with him, as well as the girls who he likes but also has to put up with at the exact same time. It's possible that Vlad in Danny Phantom may be a mixture of Vicky, the babysitter, and Mr. Crocker, Timmy's teacher, and also arch nemesis as well. So it's possible that these characters have been placed in this world just to keep up the charade and make sure that nothing doesn't look in any way suspicious at all. So that is the theory behind whether or not Timmy Turner and Danny Phantom are the exact same person. Now, to me personally, looking at the similarities between the characters in the two shows, how much detail has gone into these two shows and the similarities to them. You then have the mythical creatures being used with fairies in one and then ghosts in another. I genuinely think that out of all the theories that I've researched and looked into, this theory I can genuinely get on board with and think that these two characters are the same. But do you agree with me? Let me know what you think. Anyway, that is where I'm going to be ending today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you soon with another video. Peace!